National last year, shot the three. Now look at him, he can drive to the goal. Yes, and he's from Canada, Dan. I know you wanted me to say that.
Nice job, we appreciate it. Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. Look at how young this team is still. Starting 4 sophomores and a freshman, Derek Walton Jr. Tough job for him, replacing the National Player of the Year last year in Trey Burke. For the Duke Blue Devils, the same starting lineup that Mike Krzyzewski has used in recent games. More experience. He's got his co-captains, Tyler Thornton, Josh Hairston. Rodney Hood is a co-captain as well. But Thornton and Hairston in there along with the mainstays of Parker, Hood, and Cook.
But the reason they go with Thornton and Hairston, they're going for defense. You look here, ACC 2-zip. First 10 years it was all ACC. The last 4 years, 3 of them have been the Big Ten, and 1 was in a tie.
Syracuse defeated Indiana, Georgia Tech in a close one over Illinois, Penn State and Pitt going down to the wire, and we are underway here at Cameron with the Blue Devils controlling the opening tip.
The one thing about Michigan, they don't foul. Last year, they led the nation in terms of the least number of fouls committed.
Len Robinson III starts out on Jabari Parker. They know each other. They played against each other before each of them got to college. Robinson, very athletic, but about 6'6". Parker's 2 inches taller, about 20 pounds heavier.
Has not had the elite game yet. Hasn't had the breakout game, Robinson, that people anticipate and expect.
Hood over Levert, too strong. The rebound down to Thornton, and a fresh 35 for Duke.
And that's one of the dilemmas for Duke, rebounding the basketball.
Michigan, good rebounding numbers. Duke has very average at best rebounding numbers to this point of the season. Not a big team. Parker strong on the inside.
That's what makes him so special, Dan. Inside, outside. He's got the great body strength. I think he's the most complete new player freshman ever in the history of Duke.
Mitch McGary missed all that time with back trouble in the preseason. Has only practiced 6 times, still getting back into the flow. That is ruled out of bounds off McGary, so it'll be Duke ball. Mike Krzyzewski saying his team is still a work in progress. His 2 best players, Parker and Hood, neither played for Duke last year. Parker a freshman, Hood a transfer, so he feels like many coaches, the word he used is cohesive, that Duke is not yet cohesive and that they stand a chance to be a much different and better team in February or March than they are now.
Well, if he gets a win here, he goes to 964. That ties Herb McGee down in Philadelphia, who does a great job. He did it with Philadelphia Textile, changed their name to Philadelphia. He needs 1 to tie Herb, who's a great teacher, by the way, of how to shoot the basketball.
This is Walton at the point, the freshman out of Detroit. The go-to guy so far this year has been Stauskas, 20 a game, terrific outside shooter, and also showing this year, Dick, he can put it on the deck and go to the rim.
He really can. I think McGarry's going to have a big game with his size and strength against Duke on the interior. They should go to McGarry.
Robinson with an air ball. They got to get a shot off. Walton for 3. And a good block out there by Hairston to free up the rebound for Hood.
But that's a key for Duke. They got to block out because they don't have great size.
Hood for 3.
Hood and Parker, as good as a tandem you'll find in the ACC.
Between them, maybe in the country, between them averaging 43 points per game.
See, I think McGarry's got to go inside.
He'll settle for the jumper.
They'll let him do that all day. They'll let him do that all day. That's not his strength. Kids have to know their strengths and their weaknesses.
Here's Cook. Generally has had a very good season. The odd. Oh, and there's a turnover. Just a careless play. Oh, the Duke bench is unhappy. Every now and again, Cook will turn it over when you least expect it. Let's go back to Hood, who missed a couple of early shots, but then buried the 3.
What a transfer, one of the premier transfers ever to play here at Duke. In fact, Mike Krzyzewski's only taken 4, and every one of them's been like all ACC.
Walton with the drive and the left-handed lay-in, and almost 3 minutes in, and Michigan is finally on the board.
You know, Walton played for his dad. He's from out of the Motor City. A lot of people I know in that area sing his praises, and I think he's going to be a special point guard at Michigan.
You know what the Michigan coaching staff did? They showed him his stats after 7 games, and Trey Burks in his freshman year, and in many cases, not all cases, but in many cases, the numbers were quite similar. They're trying to make him feel good and understand there is a learning curve, and he's doing just fine.
You know, Burke had 21 last night for Utah, coming back from a broken finger. He's going to be a terrific NBA player.
Shot clock at 5. Cook. Hairston. Parker gets it off in time. hits it. Tyler Thornton with the shot clock at 1. Hits the corner 3. John Beilein thought it had expired, and he is complaining to the scorer's table about it.
That's certainly really not his strength, Thornton. That's a big plus when he can make that jumper from the perimeter.
There's Nick Stauskas' first touch, almost 4 minutes in. His first touch of the ball, number 11 for Michigan.
They're doing a great job defensively on him, keeping the ball away from him.
And an early timeout. John Beilein is going to ask about that again. Did he get the shot off in time? As we go to a media timeout, the discussion will continue. He did not. Clearly after the shot clock had expired. Early going.
Absolutely.
As you look at Thornton in the corner.
That was late.
Clock goes 0 right there. Ball still in his hands.
Yeah, that was late. No doubt about it. But that is not a correctable error. That does not go under one of the 5 situations where you can correct that. That's a tough break for the Wolverines.
So it's 8-2 Duke 4 minutes in. And can the Wolverines find a way to get Stauskas involved? Matt Jones has come into the game, and he's a guy Mike Krzyzewski told us pregame is moving up in the rotation. They like the way he plays defense. He's got good size, and he's going to get a chance to earn some minutes.
They're stepping out. There's that screen.
McGarry dumped down for Robinson. Great ball movement by the Wolverines.
Well, terrific pass. He has great passing ability. In the final games, he was unbelievable in 5 of the NCAA tournament games for McGarry.
For those who don't know, Stauskas suffered what looked like a serious ankle injury last week in Puerto Rico. Missed Michigan's last game, which was an easy win, but he is back in there tonight. They picked up a win over Coppin State, won by 42 without him. Cook misses the 3. Tap back out. Cook's got it again. Hairston, a long jumper, and McGarry down with a rebound.
This game should be right in the hands of McGarry. This game should fit him to perfection with that body he has, his skills. They should get him the ball inside.
Tough catch. He gathers and draws the foul on Hairston.
Not a good free throw shooter. That's one of his Achilles' heels, as Al McGuire would say.
7 for 13 from the line so far this year. And for Duke, that is the 2nd foul on Josh Hairston. And Duke is not a very big team. And another name we heard from Mike Krzyzewski pregame, Marshall Plumlee's going to get some minutes in this game.
I think a key for them is certainly Jefferson. I think Jefferson's got to be able to give him minutes. He's very athletic. And here comes on call. Mr. Plumlee, you're right on top of it. My partner listening to the coaches.
Plumlee in for Hairston. Plumlee has hardly played at all this year. Didn't really play much last year either. He's the 3rd of the Plumlee brothers. Miles Mason, now Marshall.
Both the brothers contributing in the NBA.
Marshall had a foot injury last year. Turnaround by Parker, short, saved by Jones, but out of bounds to Michigan.
Trying to take advantage of the versatility of Parker by posting him up on the inside, utilizing him as a passer. I really believe that both these clubs come January are going to really be tough to deal with when conference play comes. There are too many parts they have, too many athletes, and both well coached. I mean, look at Duke's losses. I mean, bad losses.
Kansas and Arizona.
And certainly when you think about Arizona.
In and out for Levert, a much improved player this year.
He and Stauskas really worked so hard all summer. They were like gloves, man. They were like together, like you had in the glove.
With John Sanderson, the strength and conditioning coach for the Wolverines, they stuck around in Ann Arbor all summer. Both put on weight, both refined their games, took it to another level.
Stauskas is down 20 pounds to his frame. And they've done a great job tonight, thus far early, dude, keeping the ball away from him.
Extra pass. Corner 3 not there for Cook. And a foul going against Plumlee.
Very difficult for Duke to get easy points on the offensive glass. They don't have those kind of people on the inside that can get up there. As Mike Krzyzewski said, we're not going to get bigger. We got to make the most of our athleticism.
Jordan Morgan into the game, 5th-year senior out of Detroit, one of just 2 upperclassmen in the regular rotation for the Wolverines. They're one of the 10 or so youngest teams in America right now, starting a freshman and 4 sophomores.
When you talk about Morgan, you talk about a guy that had some injuries last year, healthy now, a lot of minutes he's played over the few years he's been there, and he's a good, solid defensive player.
They're still unable to really get looks for Stauskas. Walton uses the screen and misses the shot, and Plumlee down with a strong rebound.
That's a positive. If the big guy can rebound and give him a body inside, he'll get himself some PT, some minutes. They're looking for some size.
Robinson on Parker. Three-pointer. Ball still loose, and Plumlee's got it and throws it out of bounds off Morgan. Morgan saying it hit Plumlee on the way out, and I think he's got a case.
He may have a case, but there's only one guy going to win. His name is Corbett, and he wears a striped shirt.
Yeah, it did. It hit Plumlee's foot. Boy, that's the second break tonight already for Duke.
No doubt about it. And we can see it from where we're sitting up here in the catbird seat.
It's inbounds when it hits the court, then it hits the left foot of Plumlee before it goes out of bounds.
See, Plumlee lays those big screens, get shooters open.
Jones bumped by Morgan and will shoot a couple. And you could see at practice yesterday that there was an opportunity there for Matt Jones. Rasheed Suleiman has not played well this year. He's not had a good year. Andre Dawkins hasn't played a lot. Tyler Thornton starting at the 2 spot, but when they want more size or more offense, Jones is going to get an opportunity.
Well, here it is. He's getting the opportunity right now ahead of Suleiman. He's passed him in a rotation for this game.
Suleiman had such a good freshman season, but has not played as well his sophomore year. Now Cook goes out, and Thornton comes back in. So it'll be Thornton and Jones in the backcourt.
You know, they may not have beaten Alabama without Matt Jones. Came in, hit 2 monster threes, had 13 points.
Took a charge.
His high school coach, Mike Krzyzewski, said, really a great fundamentalist, does a tremendous job teaching defense. Now look at him right here. Playing defense right now with Albrecht.
Yeah, Spike Albrecht into the game. The hero of the first half of the national championship game had 17 points. For Michigan, the drive, but it won't stay down for Stauskas.
That was a terrific drive he made because Thornton was really in his face. They switched on him.
Now Stauskas lost a shoe and he tossed it into the stands where the Cameron Crazies are.
He's playing with one shoe.
He's playing with one shoe, and for some reason he threw it into the crowd.
They ought to keep it, man. It might be worth a lot of money down the road. He's trying to find a shoe.
They got it back. That's one of the stranger things you'll ever see. He doesn't know what to do with this.
He throws to the Cameron Crazies. Hey, keep it. That may be worth a lot of cash down the road. As he'll play in the NBA, there's no doubt he's going to be a first-round draft choice.
Now they threw the shoe back in, and he's putting it back on. Well, you don't see that every day.
They teach it up in Canada, huh? When in doubt, throw it. Look at this here. Going to throw it to the crowd.
Meanwhile, Stauskas, 7.5 minutes into the game. That layup attempt is the only shot that he's been able to get on. Albrecht the drive and a touch foul on Jones.
That was a touch foul, but they're calling those this year to eliminate all that physicality we've seen over the years.
If they called it that way up in the booth, you'd foul out before the first time out the way you're knocking me all the time during the game.
Oh, he's in some great plays. I'm going to give you a little nudge. John Beilein does a great job teaching how you play with your footwork, you move, use those feet. Don't use your hands. Don't touch.
Boy, he's had success everywhere he's been. Albrecht with a tough runner won't go. Thornton down with a rebound. Falling out of bounds, he found Jones.
Matt Jones did a great job defensively on Albrecht. Made him take almost an impossible shot.
This is Dawkins, fifth-year senior, great shooter. Redshirted last year, didn't practice with the team, was not a part of the program last year, but he can still shoot it. He is not playing all that much, though. Emil Jefferson, whoop, slip, didn't travel, and scores.
I still think he's a key player. A very key player.
Well, right now for Duke, no Parker, no Hood, no Cook in the game.
See, right now, you got to be McGowan. You got to want that ball inside. Use your abilities. I think he's standing around too much.
A Michigan turnover. They've only got 5 points, 8 minutes and 41 seconds into the game, and the Crazies and the Dukies are pumped up. Emil Jefferson contributing Blue Devils by 7. His final days of the speech before the game tonight.
Well, you know, Mike and I were talking before the game also about the fact that he and I are honorary chairman, and George Bodenheimer, our former president, and a guy who did a phenomenal job with us at ESPN, is the chairman of a fundraiser, $200 million for the Lee Foundation. It will get done. George will make sure it gets done.
Parker Hood back into the game for Duke. They're up 7, 9 minutes in. Hood gets the switch. McGarry on him. Now LeVert gets back over there. Parker now defended by Zach Irvin, a freshman from Fishers, Indiana. 3 out there for Hood. Long rebound to Stauskas.
Irvin, a good shooter, had 6 threes. He knocked down in their last game against Coppin State when they played without Stauskas.
Yep.
He was Mr. Basketball in Indiana, got away from Tom Crean.
Michigan 5-2 on the season. The 2 losses at Iowa State, a game you had, and also to Charlotte down in Puerto Rico. Stauskas goes looking for the contact and draws the foul on Jefferson. In the Charlotte game, Robinson injured his back. Stauskas played with a bad ankle, and LeVert only played 2 minutes in the first half because of foul trouble.
Willie Clayton played really great. Alan Majors done a great job with that Charlotte team. They beat Northeastern in the game prior after Northeastern beat Georgetown, the Hoyas.
Michigan just 2 for 10 in the early going, and there's a travel on Stauskas.
He's trying to do so much, but they're doing a great job defensively on him.
Tomorrow night, the Big Ten ACC Challenge continues on the ESPN family of networks. On ESPN, it'll be Maryland and Ohio State at 7 Eastern, and then North Carolina up at the Breslin Center to take on the #1 team of the nation, the Michigan State Spartans, at 9. As of this moment, the ACC has won all 3 games that have been played so far. And now Thornton is called for the foul. Going over the back, trying to get the rebound.
You know, you mentioned Ohio State. Great defensive player. Obviously, their defense starts with their point guard, Kraft, who does a great job. But they're a team with their defensive ability. I think they're a dangerous team. Just like Syracuse. People are really having a tough time again with that 2-3 zone. And I'm going to tell you, Ennis and Cooney in the backcourt are really solid for Syracuse.
They beat Indiana handily tonight. 17 foul already on Duke with better than 10 minutes to go in the half. And now you let a guy like Stauskas, who hasn't scored yet tonight, he only makes 1 or 2. You let him put the ball through the basket once. Funny thing, great shooter in the 70s right now from the free throw line this year. Kind of surprising.
I was going to say that, Dan. He shoots 73%. He's a much better shooter than that. Shoots 47% from the trifecta. Duke getting some good ball movement. Michigan defending. Bad pass right there.
Thornton throws it away. And that's going to cost him some playing time right now, as Matt Jones is going to take his place.
Okay, Matt Jones gives you a little size on the perimeter with his defense. I like his defensive stance. He's got a challenge right now with Stauskas. Stauskas has that swag, man. He has that special toughness about him. He really wants the ball. There he is right there. I'm so impressed with him. 11
points per game last year, 20 so far this year. He finds Albrecht, and Spike Albrecht with a pump of the fist as he rattles home a 3.
Tell about confidence, man. He went bananas in that final game. We've talked about it when he had 17 in the first half of the championship against Louisville. And that's why they kept Burke out with the 2 fouls. And he started tweeting with Kate Upton. I mean, that guy's going big time. He's going real big time.
Huh?
Oh, that's a big man on campus. So I'm going for the big prize.
Cook. Shot clock down to 6. Jones from the corner left it short.
Not a good possession right there. Poor job offensively. Their offensive efficiency in that game with Arizona was under 1.0 per possession. And usually get at least 1 point per possession. They were 0-9-9, first time all year.
You know, considering Stauskas and McGarry have been quiet so far, Michigan's only down 3. I mean, they got to feel pretty good about the situation. It could be a lot worse. And now another Wolverines turnover. Parker. And he is fouled. It will not be a shooting foul on a pass attempt, as Parker, who can handle the ball awfully well and lead the break awfully well for a guy his size.
He is so complete as a player. He really is. I mean, we can run out of adjectives describing him. And I think when you look at the best players in America, it's tough to tell me when they pick an All-American team, you're going to find 5 better.
Yeah, agreed. Walton back into the game for Michigan. Robinson as well. And John Horford comes into the game for the first time. Hood knocks down the jumper.
What a great surprise this kid has been. Coming from Mississippi State, when I say surprise, I mean getting a kid like this to transfer into your program is such an incredible positive.
LeVert. Horford with a rebound. Walton's open for 3. and it'll be Duke ball. John Beilein likes the effort, but they're down 5 on the scoreboard here in the first half at Duke.
Look, Hill, Leitner, and Hurley. By the way, Grant Hill is in a house right now working the world of television. He's got great name recognition. Look at Grant right here.
What a talent.
Beautiful guy, too. Great family. Mom and Dad, as classy as can be.
Dan Schulman, Dick Vitale with you at Cameron Indoor Stadium. The Big Ten ACC Challenge. The ACC up 3-0 so far, and Duke leading here in a low-scoring game. Neither team executing particularly well offensively. They're up by 5.
And both clubs doing a great job denying offensive transition. Really doing a terrific job defensively in transition.
And Duke more than holding its own on the glass so far. Hood from the corner. Yes!
Why not? Get the ball to the guy that can make shots, and he can make shots. That's going to your strength. And I think when you looked at Michigan, he's not on the floor right now, but when McGarry was on the floor, I thought he was too passive. He'd take advantage of his skills, his ability, and his size.
Hood has 8. Shots not falling right now for Michigan.
Duke doing a better job defensively. They have struggled this year defensively.
Hood again, too strong, and down with the rebound is Irvin getting some big minutes. McGarry and Stauskas both on the bench right now for Michigan.
Robinson's got to get it down. He's a talented player. We've talked about his dad, Glenn Robinson, the big dog who played over at Purdue, Mr. Basketball. He had great moments last year, Robinson III. He's been a little quiet this year.
Bird off to Walton.
He wanted the ball down the post. They missed him.
Kick it back out to him. He'll step in. Take a contested long 2. Tough shot. And here come the Blue Devils. Cook. Hairston.
That was a terrific pass. A terrific pass by Cook.
Count the basket on the goaltender.
Yep, that was a terrific pass. He led him perfect. That was a Tom Brady pass, man, with great touch. There it is.
Dick Quinn Cook is averaging 6 assists per game.
He loses a little bit of focus in the game, and that's why his ability goes a little up and down, mostly on the upside, as Mike said. But they had 2 turnovers early in the half against Arizona.
He does have 4 assists already tonight, and the lead has grown to 10, the largest it's been in the game.
Hey, they're coming out committed playing defense.
Horford inside, rejected at the rim. Parker got it to go.
How many people can make that play? I'll tell you one that can make it other than him. He's in the NBA. They call him the king. I'm talking LeBron. I'm talking James. This kid is a PTPer, baby. He's super scintillating, sensational.
I kind of knew their reaction would be a little like, you know, what are you thinking?
I had a knot in my chest. I didn't really want her to go, but I knew she could do it.
I felt like there were bigger and better things for me to do.
She took what she was doing seriously.
My self-confidence just went through the roof.
It was awesome to see her transform from a girl in a small town to a soldier.
You made them strong. We'll make them Army strong. Talk to your son or daughter about joining the Army. Find out how at goarmy.com/parents.
Back at Cameron, the Big Ten ACC Challenge. Duke now leading by 12. Jabari Parker the rebound, and the 6'8" freshman takes it the length of the court.
Did that remind you of LeBron? Did it really, with his body, his strength? I mean, he was so determined. Nobody's going to stop me. He's basically saying right here, protects the ball really well with his body. Has the great touch to finish.
A 9-0 run for the Blue Devils in the last 2 minutes and 26 seconds. The Michigan Wolverines are 3 for 16 from the floor in this game.
Tough to win when you shoot bricks like that.
And they just can't get anything for Stauskas. Jones is right with him every step of the way.
I'm just pointing to you that. Look at the way
Cook is injured.
Jones.
It's
really
an offensive foul on Walton spinning. And he got an elbow or a forearm or something up into the face of Cook, but Cook appears to be all right.
I'm really impressed the way they're rotating bodies on Stauskas, and everybody's coming out determined. As you look right here with the charge, what a terrific defensive performance we've seen out of Thornton and on Jones on Stauskas.
Inadvertent headbutt of sorts, as you can see there, but Cook stays in the game, and it's Duke ball.
Changing defense is going a little half-court trap. Trying to change, get a little more.
Nice ball movement. Yep. Jefferson juggles. 2 Blue Devils down in the corner. They back on. Cook misses the 3, and it's Michigan ball. Robinson. And a Michigan foul on Horford.
Michigan not getting anything on the interior, and that's really a surprise here.
And now tempers flaring a little bit between Horford and Cook after they stumbled out of bounds together.
Horford, as we talked about, had injuries throughout his career. This year healthy, had knee problems, had a foot problem. Comes from a great family. Dad played in the NBA. Brother's now a star with Atlanta.
Well, Dick, you look at Michigan's big-time players. Robinson's got 2 points. Stauskas has 1 point. McGarry has 1 point. I mean, obviously, it goes without saying, you can't go anywhere if your stars aren't contributing. And now Ed Corbett and the officials are going to take a look at this situation between Cook and Horford.
And I want to see if there's anything flagrant here. A little after the little shove after. Here comes the shove right now.
And I believe they assessed a personal foul on Horford.
I think it's very important when you look at the month of November and early December, when you look at teams' records, you have to look and identify who have they played. I mean, some people have loaded up with all kinds of bargain basement goodies, cupcakes, as you may call them, and other teams have stepped out. I mean, these clubs have really stepped out playing people. Michigan's got a date with Arizona coming up. Duke's got a date with UCLA coming up. Have already played Arizona, Kansas.
And the officials are going to go to the monitor again to look at this play.
They want to see if there's any flagrant.
Yeah. The shove by Horford. Oh, and then Cook, I think, we just saw Cook threw the ball at him.
And that was out of frustration. He gets shoved right there. Right now he's going to throw the ball back. You can't do. You got to control your emotions. You're going to hurt your team. You want to be macho man right now.
They certainly saw Cook. You can see 2 of the officials, Ed Corbett and Roger Ayers. They certainly saw Cook retaliate by throwing the ball at Horford after Horford shoved him.
Sometimes, no matter the situation, you got to control your emotions. You end up hurting your team.
And now they're going to call over Mike Krzyzewski and John Beeline to try to straighten out. We believe that Horford was assessed a personal foul, and Quinn Cook was assessed a contact technical foul, which also counts as a personal. So emotions running high.
Nice little job of officiating. As the Corbett explained to both coaches what's transpiring.
So now Stauskas will shoot the free throws for the technical. First foul on each player.
Sometimes it's tough to bite your lip there, but that's where Cook had to do it. He got shoved. He's got to come back and play basketball. You can't just give a team 2 points.
So it is 21-11 with 5:06 to go. Michigan starving for offense. They'll take the free throws.
Too much of a delay, man. You got to start playing basketball. It's okay to talk. They looked at.
Michigan ball.
Wow.
Stauskas.
Wow.
So Stauskas has now thrown a shoe into the stands and high-fived one of the crazies as he inbounds the ball.
You better worry about playing basketball. His team's down 10. Not worried about high-fiving people. Look at that defense out. Look at it right there. See the denial?
It's
Number
Jones.
13, Jones. What a great job defensively.
Robinson and Jefferson got a piece.
Tell you one thing, some cheers right now near my home, the Green family. They happen to think of world of Mr. Jefferson, David and Lisa Gray. She was a cheerleader at Virginia during the Ralph Sampson era.
And Parker fouled by Robinson.
So I like throwing those little tidbits. Take care of your neighbors.
Yeah. First foul on Robinson, still not a bonus situation.
He seems like he's thinking all the time on the floor, rather than just playing right now.
Robinson?
Yeah.
McGarry has it taken away by Jones, but then Jones loses it out of bounds. But Mike Krzyzewski, whatever the numbers say, he's got to love the effort he's getting out of Matt Jones tonight.
What I wanted to say right there, Dan, is the effort by Duke today has been superb. Their defensive effort, they're out scrapping, out hustling Michigan right now.
Yeah.
And Michigan's got to start to elevate their game right here.
Remember, this is the team that gave up 90 to Vermont a week and a half ago and barely escaped with a win.
Not even close on those shots. Not taking any advantage of going inside. Look at this thing come back defensively.
Jefferson beats him down the floor. Another assist for Cook.
That's not a John Beeline basketball team. Bad shot selection and don't get back defensively. That's a no-no in his system.
Michigan now 3 for 19, 4 for 20 as McGarry rattles it home to make it a 10-point deficit.
Jump shot by McGarry. I'd like to see McGarry take that big body, that wide body, go to that low box and command the ball. I want the ball.
He's so much bigger than Jefferson.
And he's got great moves down there, too.
Put the drive, the hang, and the hit.
Right to the goal, unmolested. Nobody rotated over. Nobody closed the driving angle. And the counter places are going bananas. What a venue, man. What a venue. All the paranoid Duke haters, they can scream all they want, how much they hate him, but you better appreciate what that man has done as a coach, Mike Krzyzewski, and what he's done in his program.
Rodney Hood, double figures with 10. Duke with a 12-point lead.
Iowa leading Notre Dame 48-39. Highlights of that on ESPN2. ESPNU's got a game as well. And sure, the Orange are glad they're 8-0. They dominated. Are we looking at 2 blowouts tonight here on ESPN? We got another one featuring a top-ranked team, Arizona. Aaron Gordon is in action. Highlights of his game coming up when we send it back to you guys.
All right, Carl, thanks. 3:18 to go. First half here at the camera with the Dick Vitale, Dan Schulman, 25-13 Duke. They're out rebounding Michigan by 10, and they have been absolutely terrific on defense, forcing Michigan into tough shots. Stauskas with the ball has only attempted 1 field goal. It was a layup. He's got his points at the free throw line.
Give it to McGarry, who's wide open on the box against Jefferson. Now he comes a high screen, now rolls to the goal.
Shot clock's at 3, 25-footer. And a shot clock violation. Stauskas' shot did not hit the rim, and the shot clock expired by the time McGarry got the ball.
You know, Michigan not as effective. Even in the loss against Iowa State, they were much more effective and efficient than they are here tonight. And the loss also was Charlotte. Willie Clayton had a big game. Alan Majors did a great job with that Charlotte program.
Parker, a relatively quiet 4. Nice give and go, off-balance shot. Jefferson with a weak side rebound. Shot clock did not reset. Ball did not hit the rim.
I mean, they're getting second opportunities they shouldn't because they're not a really good rebounding team, too.
Good look to Jones, but he misses the 3. And now Michigan comes up with it. Well, a lot of air balls in this game. LeVert gets it to go, 10-point game.
Very rare we've seen that. A fast break transition layup, LeVert on in the break. Michigan has a lot of ability. I think we're going to see a run out of Michigan. This game is far from over, man. Far from over.
Parker banging with Robinson. Up and in.
What about that versatility? What about the multi-skills? Going inside, outside. He gives Duke now what they need, some post presence. At Kansas game, we saw him exclusively shooting threes. He made like 5, did he not?
He's averaging 23 points per game, has had 19 or more in every game so far this season. McGarry steps back, left it a little short.
Mitch has got to use the strength and go to the basket. Go to the basket. Be authoritative.
Hood, no. McGarry the rebound.
He can pass the ball.
Walton. And Walton's got a chance for a three-point play.
A terrific play by Walton. Great body control right there. I mean, let's face reality. Michigan certainly a changed team, losing that backcourt as you look at Walton laying on the glass. I mean, you lose an NBA backcourt. Burke and Hardaway were first-round selections. Hardaway now with the Knicks, who struggling city. Wow.
Second foul on Emile Jefferson. At the line is Walton. As you can see, averaging about 9 points, 3 assists per game. Gatorade Player of the Year in the state of Michigan last year, and it's a three-point play to get Michigan within 9. And again, all things considered, how ugly this has been at times for Michigan, they could be down 15 or 20 right now. They're only down 9.
Tell you, a great player from out of Michigan, who was not the player of the year, but playing for Kentucky, Mr. Young. Oh, he can play. Hey, Kentucky looked great deal tonight defensively. Willie Cauley-Stein blocked 9 shots.
Duke has gone cold. Stauskas the lob and Robinson the finish.
Yes, sir. That's Michigan. Run, baby, run. Transition. I told you you're going to see a run out of them. They're very athletic. They're very talented. That maybe will give them their lift. They've had 2 fast break scores in the last 2 possessions. Run, baby, run. Starts with the possession. McGarry, the kick out. Lob up on top, and Mr. Robinson with the jam. Where have you been, Mr. Robinson?
And it's down to 7. Friday. It's time for the Big 12 SEC Challenge. Julius Randle and Kentucky facing number 20 Baylor. It's available live on ESPN, and watch ESPN this Friday at 10 Eastern. We saw Randle against Michigan State. Michigan State won the game, but put up 27-13 in Chicago.
Well, you know, Mr. Calipari, there was a time he would call me back. There was a time we would converse for 20, 30 minutes. But no, he converses with the president, Bill Clinton, for 20 minutes the other day. But I don't get a call back.
He gave you the Heisman?
Oh, wow. That's all right. That's all right.
Final minute first half. 7-point game. Good deep position by Parker.
He's almost unstoppable in that lane with his back to the basket. Talk to Mike Krzyzewski, you were there tonight, about his post-up ability. I think he's got to do more of that. He started to do a lot of that against Arizona. Get people in foul trouble.
LeVert using the big body of McGarry, using the screen, went around him and laid it in. It's again a 7-point game, and now Duke can hold for the final shot of the half.
I like the way you described the big body, the screen, and he utilized it to perfection. LeVert has picked up his game. I see a little bounce now in the step of Michigan. In that zone, now a 1-3-1 zone.
And a staple for John Beilein over the years, wherever he's been.
Yeah, especially in West Virginia.
Thornton. Got it!
That's big. That's big for Duke because he normally is not effective from the perimeter. That's the second one he's made. Little Uncle Mo going to the locker room.
Tyler Thornton bangs home a 3 in the waning seconds of the first half. And with Hood and Parker combining for 18, and Michigan struggling at the offensive end. It's a 32-22 lead for Duke at the break here at Cameron. We invite you to join us again for the second half, the Big Ten ACC Challenge. But first, back to the studio. Carl Ravitch, Seth Greenberg, Jay Williams, and the Mazda halftime report. For 8 points, and Rodney Hood 10 points in the first half.
Yeah, Rodney Hood made some big shots. When you look at both guys, they go for 18 and they're 32, better than 50%. Hood certainly was a difference maker, making big, big shots.
And here we go in the second half at Cameron. The Michigan ball down 10. Stauskas with 3 points in the first half. McGarry with 3. And Michigan shooting just 31% in the first half to 42% for Duke. Also, Duke out-rebounded Michigan by 8, which is a surprise. Parker driving again, but can't finish this time.
Well, the reason they out-rebounded by 8, they out-hustle it. When you hustle and scrap, you're going to come up with some rebounds.
And good hustle to get down on the floor by the Blue Devils. The arrow belongs to Duke, so it'll be their ball. The 6th turnover committed by Michigan so far in this game.
I think really a difference maker thus far in the game, why they're a +10, has been the defensive effort by Thornton and certainly Jones, denying the ball to Stauskas, not allowing a great shooter to touch the ball. That's called following your coach's scouting report.
Jones got a lot of minutes, but it is Thornton back out there starting at the 2-guard spot as we begin the second half. Thornton also hit 2 big threes in the first half for the Blue Devils.
That big three at the end of the half was a big momentum builder because it was a situation where Michigan had 2 possessions for transition layups.
Thornton in the corner. Long pass. Parker travel. He was kind of caught in between. Do I shoot? Do I drive? And he got too much of a running start.
Lost control of the ball, too. I don't know about you, partner, but I am perspiring big time. But they say a genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration.
Then you're a genius.
I must be a genius. Only Kanye West tells the world he's a genius. I'm a dummy.
McGarry.
Thank you.
Lays it
Thank
in.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Go to the box inside. Use that big body in that left hand. Strength, power, physical. Take advantage of the situation.
Put the drive, and he lays it in.
Nobody rotates over to close off his driving angle. Goes right to the basket.
And gets the crazies all fired up again. Doesn't take much.
What a combo they are, Hood and certainly Parker. You're not going to find a better duo around. Oh, bad pass. Bad pass. Right idea. It was a good intention. You know, McGarry's still going through a feeling out process. This is like his training camp. Only had 6 practices. There's Hood to the drive to the goal.
Hood now with a game-high dozen. McGarry missed several weeks of practice and the first couple of regular season games after suffering from a back problem. Remember how good he was in the NCAA tournament, averaged better than 14 points and 10 rebounds per game. He was a revelation for Michigan on their way to the national championship game.
He really was. A lot of people picked him preseason All-American first team based on an incredible show that they had during tournament time. Then he had the back problem, and that really laid him up big time. Feels good now. At the Brewster Academy.
Parker posting. They double him, and a reach-in foul.
He's
going on McGarry.
He's starting to love that post-up ability down inside. I don't blame him with his ability to post up.
Well, right now he's got a smaller defender on him, and Glenn Robinson III.
Well, people just remember a little number that you might keep in mind. Duke has won 106 in a row non-conference games at home.
Hairston wide open. And McGarry down with a rebound.
Michigan needs a spurt, a little spurt.
It feels like more, but again, it's only 10.
He likes to play up a high, a set at halftime. Set screens up high and slide down inside after the screen.
Well, there's not a lot of flow offensively tonight for Michigan.
A lot of standing.
LeVert trying to do it himself, and he will draw the foul.
We've said so many times, Dan, there are 2 factors to having a good offensive setup. You have that ball movement and player movement. When you have people stationary, they're easy to guard. It's very simple to guard a person without any kind of motion. You can give help, you can play in that 3-second area and give a lot of help defensively.
3rd foul on Josh Hairston, so he'll sit down, and Emil Jefferson will check in.
Jefferson was active there in a few minutes he played in the first half.
Again, in some of the complementary roles, Mike Krzyzewski, it's still early in the season, and they're searching to solidify those roles, whether Jefferson steps up. Matt Jones making the most of his opportunity tonight. Rashid Suleiman hasn't even played in this game tonight.
Again, you beat me to the punch. I'm just ready to say we have not seen Rashid Suleiman. I should know by now, after working you over 10 years, that you're so sharp. Wow.
I know, I hardly give you any airtime. That's what you tell me. That's what you tell me all the time. Parker, too strong on the 3. Walt, good speed. And it's a 6-point game.
See, that's where they excel. They excel if they can get in transition. Utilize their athleticism, their athletic ability. I see a little emotion now coming out of Robinson III. This Michigan team's not going to go away here. They lost at the end of the game to Iowa State, a very good Iowa State team.
Cook misses the 3. Michigan can creep closer.
See, look at this now, pushing the ball. Smart, push the ball.
LeVert, tough shot. And Duke ball.
Tried to create a foul situation.
Cook, bounce pass Parker. Yes.
Run him down, give the ball to number 1. And he shows you why he's number 1. Shows you why Paul Biancardi said he was the best. Loved him on a high school level.
10 for Parker, averaging 23.
Remember, he had some injuries too his last year of high school.
Here's Stauskas. First touch, I think, in the second half.
He can't get any open looks. He is struggle city. He is struggle city tonight. That's not the kid we have seen in the first 6 games he played this year. But he averaged 20 a game, shooting the ball exceptionally well. He's 0 for 2, man. And you credit that to their defense and their game plan. They have shut him down.
Coming off an ankle injury, but it appeared to be all systems go at shoot around at 8. Hasn't appeared to have favored it in this game, but he has been unable to get on track. And when he doesn't score, they're going to have a tough time beating quality opposition.
Well, really having a tough time getting him free for any shots, Dan. Right there, there's the Cook defensive effort, and now he's going to finish. There he is with the left hand, lays it up. A quick deuce and a big turnaround, a big basket for the Dukies.
And this is the Big Ten ACC Challenge presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. 6 games tonight, 6 more tomorrow night, including North Carolina at Michigan State. The Spartans, the #1 team in the nation. And Carolina coming off a loss on the road at UAB.
Yeah, they went on the road to play. Jared Haas, former player, one of the favorites of Roy Williams. He did him a favor, went down there to play, and UAB played a great game. And Kip Frazier had a phenomenal game.
Matt Jones, Marshall Plumlee, both into the game and out for Duke. Jordan Morgan in for Michigan. Levert the drive, rejected by Plumlee.
What a plus by Plumlee right there with the block shot.
Yep.
That's that size.
Cook lobs it up for Plumlee.
Oh, he should be rewarded. He blocked the shot. He gets the deuce. He gets the deuce. He gets PT. Playing time. He doesn't become an assistant coach. Now he's got to use that big body and rebound.
He hasn't played much tonight, just 2 or 3 minutes, but he has made the most of that both here and in the first half when he got a chance.
He stepped out on the switch, not on the perimeter now.
Jefferson with a rebound off the miss by Robinson.
They're playing size right now, Plumlee and Jefferson together.
Got Hood at the 3, Jones and Cook in the backcourt. Quinn Cook, by the way, has 8 assists already in this game.
Yeah, he's distributing the ball really well, getting it to the right people.
Patience now with 12 on the shot clock. Screen by Plumlee. Drive by Cook. Swing it to Jones. Teardrop in and out. Plumlee's got it and draws the foul.
I'll tell you one thing, Coach K told us before the game. He said you are going to see Plumlee early in this game, and he was not kidding. You're going to watch right here, the block shot. Good timing right there. Certainly hustling, certainly trying to give his best. Now he's going to hustle on the inside. There he is with the catch, the score. A lot of happiness and joy and jubilation. Look at his hair. Little love, man. Hey, I'm going to give the guys a little. Look, if you hate Duke and you're one of those guys that hate Duke and hate me saying something positive, turn your TV off right now, because I'm going to tell you right now, Coach K.
How long should they have the volume down?
Well, they should turn it around. Right. Four national championships. 4 of the last 5 years has won 30 games or more. Duke is 11 Final Four trips. They've won 27 or more games 6 straight years. What more do you want? Duke was 30-6 last year. Duke has been unbelievable during the era of Mike Krzyzewski. Now you can turn your TV up. I'll talk about Michigan, okay? Thank you.
You can see the last non-conference home loss came more than 13 years ago, February 2000, against Bootsy Thornton and St. John's.
Isn't that greatness, though, when you look at his resume? Come on now, people.
Turnaround goes for Morgan, who draws the foul as well. Do you know Duke has been ranked in the top 10 for 118 straight weeks? That goes back to November of 2007. They're at number 10 right now after the loss to Arizona. Listen to the ovation for Plumlee. Jefferson goes to the bench as well. Thornton and Hairston back in. 3rd foul on Jefferson, so that's why he sits down. Hairston, who's got 3, comes back in.
You know, using that bench a little bit, but really the missing link coming off that bench is Rasheed Suleiman. I think there's a message being loud and clear there. They're not pleased with the way he's performed.
He was a key player for them last year, but his minutes have been going down and down so far this season. Usually you see guys take a big step forward from freshman to sophomore season. It's been the opposite for Suleiman. Cook with a nice crossover. 15-footer from the baseline.
He's such a key component of the Duke offensive set, defensively as well. Had some magical moments last year. He's just got to get away from some down stretches that he has during the course of a game.
Spike Albrecht now in at the point for Michigan. Kicks it to LeVert. Misses the three. Rebound to McGarry. Duke ball.
LeVert really has improved his shooting too, but that time right there, a little air ball. This is a tough environment. I'll tell you the one thing Michigan kids are learning. They played in a tough environment at Hilton. Hilton Coliseum, the Hilton Magic, is really unique and special. I'm going to tell you, that team is legitimate.
But none of the Michigan players had ever played a game in this building before tonight. Funny story, though. John Beilein, in his first game as a Division I head coach at Canisius 21 years ago, it was right here at Cameron Indoor Stadium. And it didn't end well. LeVert driving on Hood. Great hesitation.
Did a great job with the ball fake right there for you young kids. LeVert attacking the basket.
He looks like the most aggressive, confident guy on the floor right now for Michigan.
Yeah, we have not seen the real Stauskas. I can flat out tell you. That's not the kid that's played earlier this year for them.
And a push in the back on Morgan.
They keep hanging around, though. They can't put the knockout punch on them. They're down 9. Still LeVert there. Look at that good ball fake. Great ball fake. Frees them up to lay it on the glass. Nice little power layup.
A lot of emotion for Karis LeVert tonight as well.
He originally committed to Ohio U, but when John Gross went to Illinois, he opened up his recruiting again.
Thornton misses the three. LeVert down with the board. Finds some space. And he scores again to make it a 7-point game.
He's really assertive right now. He's starting to really take control out there for Michigan. Putting points on the board, attacking the rim.
Into double figures with 10. Cook with a reverse.
What an incredible shot. The game of horse, that'll be tough to match. You ever play horse?
Not well.
It's H-O-R-S-E. Did you get a lot of E's?
9-point game.
What a play by Cook. Having a really solid night.
Nice look inside. LeVert to Morgan. Missed it. And Hood with a rebound.
Nice two-man play, but Morgan doesn't finish the play off.
Krzyzewski calling out a play as Cook looks on.
You know, Mike Krzyzewski's only lost 3 games. Going up into January, what a move right there by Parker. 3 times. He lost 3. That was the first 3 years as a coach.
When he went 38 and 47 overall his first 3 years. Things have gone appreciably better than that since then.
He told us about that before he...
Winning about 80% of their games since those first 3 years. LeVert draws the foul to take us to the under-12 media timeout. Quinn Cook has had some moments, as had Jabari Parker tonight for Duke.
We're going to watch Cook right here with the little reverse layup. Look at him hang. Great body time. Oh, then it's Mr. Parker time. He does it, Jabari. Mr. King, Mr. Parker, make it like LeBron. Loney, Zobrist, Escobar, and Longoria as good as a fielding defensive team in baseball. You just ask Peter Gammons, ask Buster Olney, they'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Ask Carl Robin.
Why have you never come up to the booth and hang out with us during a Sunday night baseball game? Do a little baseball analysis.
I should come up to have a little fun. Huh? I love baseball.
11-point lead for the Blue Devils. It's been from about 8 to 12 most of the night, it seems. LeVert the miss, Hood down with a rebound. Michigan will make a little run, just a couple of baskets, but then Duke adds back on. Michigan's been unable to sustain their offense for any length of time tonight.
I think this effort by Duke defensively is their best effort of the year. I really do.
Parker, look at that. In and out, though. Boy, he got some moves.
He's so agile. He's so mobile.
A little too much dribbling probably for John Beilein's liking there for Mitch McGarry. He can do that well for a big guy, but he's got 4 other guys on the court who can do it pretty well.
I think one of the keys tonight is the way that Duke has taken away the three-point shot of Stauskas. He has not even had one look from the trifecta tonight. And the kid is like automatic.
Actually took one, but remember, it was about a 25-footer with the shot clock running down. He's only taken 2 shots. One was a layup, and one was really a desperation 3. That's it. Albrecht in the game. Zach Irvin knocks it down.
He's going to be a big-time player for them. He had a great moment against Coppin State, scored 24. Stauskas was out of the game, made 6 threes. He's got a good resume out of high school as Mr. Basketball in Indiana. Very athletic, excellent wing player. They're going to like him up in Michigan.
Past the midway point of the second half. Duke leading by 9. Hairston the screen. Cooks had a big night.
He's played under control, too. He hasn't forced the action.
8 assists. The only turnover, remember, was the one where he just lost the handle and it went back over the timeline. Hood for 3. And the long rebound down to LeVert.
LeVert really playing his heart out here. Needs a little help from his buddies.
Baseline drive. And a foul on Duke. Tomorrow night at 9 Eastern, the 15th annual Big Ten ACC Challenge continues. Up at the Breslin Center, it'll be #1 Michigan State taking on North Carolina. The Big Ten ACC Challenge presented by Dick's Sporting Goods, part of the Journey to the Tourney tomorrow at 9 Eastern on ESPN and live on Watch ESPN. And 2 coaches who have combined for 13 Final Fours. You can see Mike Krzyzewski's got 11 by himself. Boy, we are seeing some of the great coaches in the game over the next couple of
Well,
months.
you know, Roy Williams certainly a Hall of Famer, and there's no doubt in my mind Tom Izzo's getting closer and closer and should be a Hall of Famer. He's done an incredible job. I love his backcourt. I love Appling. I love Harris. Payne is a star. They got a special team.
Yep.
North Carolina's going to have their A game like they did against Louisville to be able to go up there and get a W.
It is out of bounds. Michigan ball.
You talk about North Carolina, one of the most improved players in the Super South. You're talking about getting better your second year, Marcus Page.
Yep. Up at Mohegan Sun when they had the 2 games against Richmond and Louisville, he scored 58 points in those 2 games.
He was absolutely sensational. I think Meek's going to be a very good player for them as well.
LeVert keeps the dribble alive and finishes and draws a foul.
He's doing a terrific job attacking the rim. He's spotting gaps and seams in the defense, and he's attacking it off the bounce. There he is right now. Look, he's going to spot the glue gap and the seam. There it is. He splits the defense. I was working out with my grandkids the other day. Spotting seams and gaps, attacking. Too many guys like to be passive.
You know, Dick, last year, Karis LeVert averaged 11 minutes per game and 2.3 points per game. As you mentioned, he stuck around Ann Arbor. He and Stauskas worked out, got stronger. He gained 25 pounds. He's now playing 33 minutes a game and averaging 14 points a game.
Well, you know, patience. A lot of kids want instant gratification. You know, you look at some of the surprise performances this year. Villanova, you think about Iowa State, I mentioned. Iowa's going to have a very good year as well, the Hawkeyes. I think they're ahead of NCAA time this year.
Subs for Duke, Matt Jones, Andre Dawkins, who played sparingly. This is him with the ball, and this is what he can do.
He's on a man. He's like Stauskas, man. I would like to see a 3-point shooting contest, Stauskas versus Dawkins. I think that he's got to get more PT. You cannot deny his offensive ability. 5th-year
senior playing only 12 minutes a game, but averaging better than 7 points per game, and he is in there to do what he just did.
Well, with his ability to shoot, the defense concentrated on Parker. It's going to open up opportunities.
LeVert, no. Horford the tap, and it's out of bounds to Duke.
See, he gives you spacing because the defense has to recognize his 3-point shooting, and that'll open up inside.
You know, he sits on the bench for almost 12 minutes of game time. This is his first touch, and he knocks it down.
Well, that's like the great pinch hitters, man. They can sit there all day, step up with the lumber in their hands, and they go yard.
Hand off, Dawkins again.
Why not? Why not? Like a banana, NBA. He can flat out shoot the rock, baby. Cannot deny that. Talk about liabilities defensively. Give me guys that can put the ball in the hole. The name of the game is to score.
2 quick threes by Andre Dawkins. Lengthen the lead to 12. A little breathing room now for Duke. And Robinson loses it, but there was a foul before he lost it out of bounds. But the story of the moment right now, Dickie B, is that guy right there.
Absolutely. Dawkins. They had a pretty good Dawkins that played here years ago named Johnny. But this kid here can shoot the jumper, man. Oh, he loves it. Look at Coach K. That's my guy.
TV Week for cancer research on ESPN as we continue our commitment to the V Foundation and Jim Valvano's dream to defeat cancer. To donate to the V Foundation for Cancer Research, log on to www.jimmyv.org or call 1-800-4-JIMMY-V.
You know, I just went to a funeral, Dan, for a little boy, 5 years old, Eddie Livingston from my neighborhood. And it just crushed me to watch a mom and dad lay a child to rest. Anybody would like to help me? I'm trying to raise dollars for a research grant through the V Foundation, the Eddie Livingston Research Grant. Just go to DickVitaleOnline.com. You'll see Eddie's picture there, and you can make a donation. Please, let's help other kids through Eddie. It just crushed my wife and I to see that family, what they had gone through, losing this little young guy who loved Superman. And all the friends and family members wore Superman shirts in his memory at the funeral.
Heartbreaking. And Mike Krzyzewski, the first thing he said to us when we walked into his office, he saw that Jim Valvano's famous speech from the ESPYs 20 years ago, hard to believe it's 20 years ago,
wow,
ran on every network, ESPN and ESPN2 and ESPN News and ESPNU, all concurrently at 7 Eastern. You'll hear so much more about the V Foundation, culminating with the doubleheader that we'll have 2 weeks from tonight, I guess it is, up at the Garden in New York City, Pittsburgh and Cincinnati, and then Memphis and Florida. It's Cook for three.
Great ball movement to get the open shot. Bucky Waters in the house, former Duke coach, a member of the board of directors of the V Foundation. I tell you, what a great job of reversing the basketball, swinging it side to side. I think you would concur, this is the best we've seen Duke play.
Well, we saw them lose to Kansas and Arizona, two tremendously talented teams. Both of those games were on neutral courts. Here they are at home trying to extend a non-conference home winning streak to 107 games.
That's incredible when you think about it. You know, you could say, well, a lot of cupcakes. Still, when you win that many games in a row.
Dawkins scoops it up and in, and he's had 8 points in a couple of minutes.
He's saying, Coach, give me some PT. I can put points in the book, Coach. What a lift he has given his team. What an emotional lift. Do they love it? Look at those 1,500 essay. Great point. A guy who does a great job at ESPN.com, where we have a terrific staff with our people that work for them. And he made a great point, but look who have they played. And I really questioned when you look at their schedule. But the bottom line is I still think Pittsburgh's going to be a very good basketball team. Same with UCLA. We have to wait until they're tested by playing quality people.
And we'll see them against Duke on December the 19th up at Madison Square Garden. McGarry kind of clutching his left knee a little bit, but gets back to his feet.
You know, getting back again, Jeff said UCLA is legitimate. He said he really likes him. This kid Levine is going to be great for them. They got the kid Jordan back. They got Powell. They got Adams. Jordan Adams.
Fourth foul on Emil Jefferson. And bonus now for Michigan. So Hairston's got 4 as he comes back in for Jefferson, who's got 4. But Mike Krzyzewski just rotating those two guys into the 5 spot. Plumlee's given them a few minutes as well, and that's the way it could be at the so-called center position for Duke much of the season.
I really think when you analyze this game, you break it down, the key, most vital component of the game, to me, has been the way that Duke has defended Stauskas.
Yep.
They have taken away his threat. A 20-point scorer has, what's he got, like 1 point?
Got 3 points, and 2 of them, all free throws, and 2 of them were on technical free throws. He's only attempted 2 shots. One was a layup, and one was a deep 3 with the shot clock running down.
Going to a little half-court trap right now.
And Stauskas the steal.
Nice job by Stauskas rotating over.
But then he stepped out of bounds. One of those nights.
Yeah, they got a tough break early in the first half. Had a bad call against him when Hood hit that 3, should not have counted. And then they had an out-of-bounds situation went to Duke, should have been air ball. But, you know, you got to play over those things. You're on a roll. Those things happen. They're going to manage the clock. They're going to take good shots here. That really starts with your catalyst, your point guard, Quinn Cook, who's been sensational tonight.
9 points, and at last count 8 assists in this game.
Being selective with shots is so important to winning.
Deep one. And Robinson, who's been quiet, comes down with a rebound.
He's the guy that's got to assert himself.
Woo.
That's okay.
Walton throws it about 6 feet behind Stauskas, right into the crazies.
This is a learning experience for a lot of these young kids from Michigan. Had such a phenomenal year last year, to run to the final game.
As a 4 seed, wound up all the way in the national championship game where they lost to Louisville.
They were 12-6 in the Big Ten. Showing how tough the Big Ten is.
1-3-1 zone again.
There's that 1-3-1 half-court trap out of it. They try to take away passing lanes.
Open 3.
Go a little 2-1-2 against it. You go odd, even, or even odd, depending on the sequence and the way the zone is set up. But you go there, you get an open look, and that's why you got an open look. They went 2-1 against the guy up on top.
Robinson knocks it down, but it's still a 14-point game.
They need more of that from him. He's too talented. He's too talented to be as quiet as he's been all year this year. Mark Snyder does a great job in Detroit in the Free Press. Wrote an article about how he hasn't played an elite game yet.
Parker. Wow, what a finish.
He's played some elite games. Are you kidding me? Are you serious, America? How good he is. Remember the name. Jabari Parker. Jabari Parker. Jabari Parker. Oh, he is special. He is the most complete diaper dandy I have seen since doing games here 35 years. And there have been some great ones here. You name them. Jason Williams, our guy, Battier, Grant Hill, Leitner, Hurley. There have been so many supers, but this guy to me is the best, the most complete, physical, inside, outside. Did I say enough about it?
Poor Quinn Cook is saying, hey, we just showed a replay of me knocking down a 3. Can't you say anything about me? He's got a dozen. Cook does all in the second half. But Jabari Parker, almost every basket he scores, Dick, is different and unique and athletic and creative. He can just score in so many different ways.
He's just so special. And you know, he doesn't really force the action.
No.
He makes the plays that really are part of the offensive system. He's a likable guy. And then his mom, she's as sweet as can be. Dad's been battling. He's got dialysis. He's on. And Mike said he's doing a lot better now. Sonny played in the NBA, played at Texas A&M.
Nearing the final 4 minutes at Michigan, which averages 78 points per game this year. They've got 46, 48 as LeVert. He came to play. He's been
really
by
did.
far the best player for Michigan, but he's had very little help.
He's been the most assertive. You know, I see those Michigan uniforms. I think of the Michigan football team, and I think what they did on Saturday. I salute Brady Hoke. I would play for that guy any day of the week, going for the win at the end against the Buckeyes. A terrific move. It didn't work, but I'm telling you, Brady, you're my kind of guy.
What a crazy day of college football. And how about this Saturday night?
Wow.
Duke and Florida State for the ACC championship.
I mean, this is a great performance by Duke here today, considering this is a football school. I mean, this is a football school. I mean, 10-2, David Cutcliffe, he's the star here. I mean, Mike Krzyzewski's trying to get a little ink around here.
Nice backdoor cut. 2 more for LeVert. The assist to Robinson. Duke and Florida State, 8 Eastern Saturday night on ABC.
I think we're going to see Robinson break out this year, yet he's just too talented. McGarry, I give McGarry a benefit of the doubt because of his back injury. Stauskas, we know, is way better than what we've seen here today. And they're well coached.
Good patience by Cook. Now a trap.
Bring the ball away from the trap. Use the skip pass.
The spin. And the lay-in.
He's doing it all tonight. He's doing it all. He said, give me some love, man. I'm doing it all. He's been a point guard deluxe here for the Dukies. Quinn Cook.
14 points, 9 assists for Quinn Cook tonight. Good D by Jefferson, staying with the Robinson. 2.5 to go. Duke by 16. LeVert. Good ball.
Duke's done a good job rebounding tonight.
Yep.
One of their weaknesses all year has been rebounding the basketball. They did a better job against Arizona, even though Arizona's so strong on the glass. Taking time off. Duke established himself early in this game defensively. Matt Jones and Thornton early on Stauskas set the tempo.
Cook again, and a foul.
little quick time right now. Look at this reverse. What a spin.
Here Cameron, Duke seemingly on their way to a win, up 17, a minute 59 to go. The Big Ten ACC Challenge. The ACC won the first 10 of these. The Big Ten won the next 3. Last year's finished in a tie. So far tonight, the 3 early games were all won by the ACC. So the Big Ten has a little work to do. Tomorrow night, Ohio State is home to Maryland. Michigan State's home to Carolina as McGarry gets it to go.
See, there he's down in the post again. Low post. Twice he's been down there. Twice he's scored. Used his right hand right there, left-handed player. I think he's got to really work on sliding down in that box and utilizing his ability to score around there.
It's the 5th team foul on Michigan. A Friday night, it's time for the Big 12 SEC Challenge. Julius Randle in Kentucky taking on Baylor at 10 Eastern tonight on ESPN and also live on Watch ESPN.
Tell you one thing, Kentucky getting better and better and better. I was talking about a little bit earlier about their defensive effort against a good Providence team. Willie Cauley-Stein blocked 9 shots, and I was impressed with their effort. When we saw them earlier, they didn't have really great perimeter play, but the Harrison kid's going to be very, very good.
Rodney Hood called for the travel, and now a technical on Mike Krzyzewski. Hood tried to call a timeout, but Brian Kersey said he took steps before he did. Mike Krzyzewski argued and gets teed up.
Brian Kersey wasted no time slapping that tee. We got a veteran crew on this game.
Yep.
Now, we weren't privy to hear what Mike might have said.
Roger Ayers, Ed Corbett, the other members of the crew. So Stauskas again misses 1 of 2.
Remember last year, Stauskas talking about shooting. He's looking at Coach K there getting the tee. Knocked 6 in a row threes against Florida in the Elite 8. Mike said, who, me? I didn't say anything.
Now watch Hood. Yeah, he hops. I mean, it definitely should have been a travel on Hood.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He said he's calling a timeout.
Yeah.
Mike said he's calling a timeout. He said, you're
Sure.
calling a timeout. I'm calling a tee too.
Yeah.
I'm calling a technical.
And Krzyzewski teed up as he was walking away from Brian Kersey. Coming up next, it is Sports Center with Steve Levy and John Abuchagras, and you're going to hear a lot about Jacoby Ellsbury signing with the New York Yankees. 7 years and $153 million. I think Red Sox fans knew he probably wasn't going to be back, but did they expect him to go to the Yankees?
Red Sox just got Brzezinski, didn't they?
Yeah, signed A.J. Brzezinski.
He'll be a good addition.
Yeah. Levert inside to McGarry for 2 more. And a timeout taken by John Beilein. Well, the numbers won't jump off the charts tonight, but some of the plays that Jabari Parker has made in this game have really been impressive.
Yeah, really have been. Jabari's certainly been terrific. Has not forced the action. Here he is posted. Nice wide body. Seals the defense off really well. Here he is going the length of the court. Determined. Great touch. Laying it on the glass. There he is back in the box. I mean, we haven't seen him really shooting the 3, and he's capable of doing that. Look at this drive to the ball. Tremendous agility, hang time, very mobile.
7 out of 14, 14 points, 6 rebounds. Quinn Cook with 16 points and 9 assists in this game to just 2 turnovers for Cook tonight.
Talking about great players, talking about him, talking about Smart. Smart had a tough game against Memphis. I tell you, you got to give Josh Pastner and his kids a lot of credit the way they came back after being really humiliated by Oklahoma State earlier this year. Showed a lot of guts and heart, beat him.
You know, one other aspect of this game, Dick, that we shouldn't overlook because it came at a really key point of the game. Duke was up 6. Michigan was making a run. Andre Dawkins came into the game and made 2 quick threes and then made a layup about 30 seconds later, had 8 points in a couple of minutes, and Michigan never threatened again.
Absolutely. I thought that was certainly a key in the defensive ability by Thornton and Jones on Stauskas early in the game. Set the tempo defensively for Duke. I think they got their message about their effort defensively after that scare with Vermont. I mean, at 91, 90 points.
Yeah.
Vermont shot like 67% in that game.
65%. You can imagine what practice was like after that game.
Imagine losing a game, you shoot 65%, you play your hearts out. I mean, even Mike said they should have won that game. We're going to see Duke again at Madison Square Garden right after the Jimmy V on December 17th. I believe we see him on the 19th against UCLA.
You are correct. Spending a few days up in New York. The Jimmy V, a doubleheader on Tuesday night. Pitt and Cincinnati, and then Florida, Memphis, and then Duke, UCLA playing on Thursday night, and then Saturday at the Garden on the 21st of December, Ohio State, Notre Dame.
Pretty good matchup.
Irvin knocks down the three.
I'll stay in New York December 18th. I'll go see Motown for the third time on Broadway. What a play. Go see it.
I'm going to the Rangers game.
Rangers game instead of Motown?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I don't know. Red lines, blue lines, black lines, green lines.
Final minute, double-digit lead for Duke.
Duke won this game so far tonight because of their defense. That's why they're going to the winner's circle. They really came out defensively, and they really did a good job of understanding the scouting report, and they shut down Stauskas.
Now look at some of the games you'll see tomorrow in the Big Ten ACC Challenge.
What a job Bo Ryan's done again with Wisconsin. They got some good players down there in Virginia.
They camped out for 3 days. That's when the tents started going up in Krzyzewskiville. This is one of the bigger games on the home schedule this year.
The Badgers are one of those teams that really, early this year, have been really brilliant, better than people anticipated.
LeVert. And gets the bounce.
He deserves the bounce. He deserves it.
He's got 22 points.
He's played so hard.
How about Quinn Cook? Often overlooked because there's been so much talk about Parker and Hood, but Cook had a big-time night.
Well, they're in threesome. When you talk about the threesome for Duke offensively, it really is Parker, Hood, and Cook. Cook is their little captain, their catalyst, the guy that really makes things happen. When he plays well, it just elevates everybody's game.
How about 20 points and 9 assists?
To win big, you got to be strong on the point. You got to have a guy that can really be an extension of a coach, and it also helps when he not only can distribute the rock, but he can make shots.
Yes. Well, he was one of the most improved players in the country last year from his freshman to his sophomore season, and he is now being heavily counted upon, obviously, for the Duke Blue Devils alongside Parker and Hood.
Well, he was absolutely brilliant last year in that tournament to Atlantis, where he played unbelievable against Louisville, VCU. He won the MVP, the Most Valuable Player Award.
You know the amazing thing, the 20 points he has tonight, all of them are in the second half.
Wow. You know, everybody talks about venues. What are your favorite venues? Pretty tough to pick one over another, but obviously this is a special place. Anybody that follows basketball, this is Fenway Park, this is Wrigley, this is a special place. Certainly down in Kansas, special. Go there, Carrier Dome when it's packed in Syracuse, special. Rupp Arena, you go down there, the museum when you go to the Dean Dome, and Hilton Magic captivated me.
You had a great time there, didn't you?
I loved it.
Yep.
Loved it. People were great.
Well, speaking of Syracuse, remember they're now in the ACC, of course. So Syracuse comes here, and Duke goes to Syracuse. How hot of a ticket is that going to be?
Well, Jimmy Bam told me on the phone, the Duke-Syracuse tickets went so quick. I think it went one day. It was unbelievable.
That's a lot of seats up there.
Yeah, right. They were thinking about trying to change the configuration to get a bigger crowd, but they couldn't do it, he said. Couldn't do it.
There was talk of them moving the court more to like a Final Four setting where it would be not at one end of the football stadium, but say from 30-yard line to 30-yard line. But apparently they're going to leave it in the normal configuration, and it's going to be crazy tough to get a ticket for the game down here when Syracuse is here. Now 15 schools in the ACC with Pittsburgh, Syracuse, and Notre Dame coming in this year. Next year, Maryland leaves and Louisville comes in.
It's really tough seeing Maryland out of here. Makes no sense whatsoever. Them go to the Big Ten. Everything's for dollars, for greed. I mean, geographically, some of these matchups are wacky. Louisville's starting to be a big plus in this league. Hey, David Cutcliffe, they got a tough one on Saturday. 8 o'clock, it'll be Herbie, it'll be Brent on the mic doing that game on Saturday night, 8 o'clock. ACC Championship in Charlotte. Who would have ever thought? ACC Championship game Duke with 10 wins.
Do they
Wow.
have a chance?
0-0 right now. 0-0 right now. I have a better chance, to be honest with you. I have a better chance to be selected as the sexiest man on television than them going down and beating that team.
So you're saying they have no chance?
I don't think so.
Yep.
Don't, David, I hope you're not listening to me, David Cutcliffe. You have a chance. It's 0-0 right now. Florida State's so athletic. Jimbo's done a great job with that team.
Irvin, jump stop, and tipped back in by McGarry, who's going to wind up with pretty good numbers in this game. He's now got 13 points and 11 rebounds. And another foul.
But he'll be the first to tell you, he's really a classy kid. He'll be the first to tell you, I did not really have the kind of game I wanted to have when it was crunch time, when it really counted. But right now, he's getting himself in basketball shape.
Yep. For them to be very good this year, he's got to be special, right? Like he was
Absolutely.
in the NCAA tournament last year.
I think Robinson, too, to make up for that loss of Burke and Hardaway. That's a lot of points you lost. But, you know, you look at Duke, what they lost with Kelly, and certainly when you think that Curry, Plumlee.
Iowa has defeated Notre Dame, so the Big Ten has its first win. It's 3-1 ACC.
That's going to be an interesting matchup. When Iowa and Iowa State hook up on ESPNU, that's going to be an interesting battle. Fran McCaffrey's got it rolling.
Levert, no. McGarry with a putback.
You're right. He's going to have some big numbers.
Yep. That's 15 now for McGarry. But in the end, it's going to be the Duke Blue Devils as Michigan continues to foul, and the folks here at Cameron are growing impatient with this.
You know, I mentioned during Jimmy V Week to raise money for the V Foundation. There's going to be a big event in June over in Iowa, and Fran McCaffrey and Freddie Harburg are going to be the honored guests, and I'm going to be the guest speaker, and it's to raise money for the V Foundation. People should find out more about that in the state of Iowa. It's going to be a special night. My buddy Craig Mateel is putting it on. Here's a guy that's really so valuable to the V Foundation, Mike Krzyzewski.
And 2 more free throws for Cook. A team effort tonight by Duke. Some of their mainstays put up big numbers like Cook and Parker and Hood, but Dawkins came in, gave him a lift. Jones with his defense, Thornton with his defense and a couple of threes. Marshall Plumlee only played about 3-4 minutes, but did 3 or 4 good things in those 3 or 4 minutes.
You know, you mentioned team effort, and that's what we saw. We saw the great Arizona team. They had such a balanced attack that night. And what I love about Gordon, who plays for them, he's not about points. He doesn't need a lot of points. He's about winning, blocking shots, defending. And that Arizona backcourt impressed me. McConnell and the kid Johnson, they were like music together.
Walton back into the game for Stauskas. Stauskas leaves without having made a field goal in this game. He winds up, assuming he doesn't come back in, with just 4 points, all at the free throw line.
I really thought we were going to see a special performance out of him. I mean, maybe again the ankle might be bothering him. He didn't seem to be favoring it. And I know he's not a kid that's going to make excuses, but he was not himself here. And Duke really had the challenge of keeping the ball away from him. He's such a skilled shooter, and he's going to face that now out of people. You know, last year he could drift to the line with Burke and guys like Hardaway. Right now, defenses are going to key his way. He's such a vital option in their offense.
At Duke's practice yesterday, the name Stauskas was said more often than the name of all the other Michigan players combined. He was really the focal point of their defensive effort tonight.
Well, he told me that was the problem with you, too, when you played for the Canadian team.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't the coach said everybody was worried about you?
Irvin. Tapped back in by Robinson. Closing seconds here at Cameron. And it's going to be a Duke Blue Devils victory, the 107th in a row at home over a non-conference opponent as they defeat Michigan 79-69.
And Mike Krzyzewski right now gets 964, which ties it with Herb McGee as the winningest coaches in men's college basketball.
Quinn Cook leads the way with 24 as Duke wins by 10, and the ACC now has a 4-1 lead over the Big Ten. 1 game still in progress tonight, and 6 more coming your way on the ESPN family of networks tomorrow night. Sports Center comes your way next. right here on ESPN. The Duke Blue Devils beat Michigan 79-69 to go to 7-2 on the season. And Michigan drops to 5-3. For more on the game, stay tuned to SportsCenter. An interview with Quinn Cook is also on the way.